But no one wants to talk about their favorite male podcaster who probably took a and just to get a certain celebrity on their show. What up, YouTube? H-Star going to be talking about Bobbi Altholf facing a bit of controversy and backlash, mostly because she was speaking on the Little Yachty interview and was complaining about how awkward it went.
By boat, yeah.
Slow.
But I walked into his house and it was
like
super awkward because like
those, though.
he's really kind of awkward, and I've heard that going into it. But me with another awkward person is like, I think it's because you guys are awkward. Maybe that's why. But if you guys are awkward, you guys aren't. Because he was awkward. I walked into his house. He didn't even like say hi to me. So then I was like, said, let's go to the bathroom. So then we go to the bathroom and then we like get out, and then he's like, he's just sitting there with like his two assistants, and he's not even acknowledging that I'm like in the room, and my camera guy's like setting up. I'm just sitting there like
skin
on
crawling.
my phone, like I'm like trying, and then he comes up, he's like, oh hi, gives me like a half hug, and I'm just like hi, then goes back to his spot, and I'm like, dude, I don't even want to do this. I'm texting my friend like, Ashley, I need to leave, this is so awkward, I don't want it, like what am I doing here? And then she's like, lean into this during the interview, like call it out. So then during our interview I was able to be like, why did you do that? Like why did you make me feel like that? Yeah, so it was actually really, it worked out.
So let me get this straight. Because Yachty was awkward, he made you feel uncomfortable, even though your character during these interviews is an awkward white girl, which is comedic. And some would say you've been biting off a funny Marco style, but that's neither here nor there. And it's crazy she's saying this about Yachty after the interview, and we know that the Drake interview got taken down as well, or some speculating that Drake tried to fuck on Bobbi and it didn't really work out that well, which also inadvertently led to a bit of drama going on within the BFF's podcast led by David Portnoy. BFF News, I owe Bobbi Altholf an apology. She's been in the news about her and Drake unfollowing each other, and after doing a pod together, all sorts of rumors about it. I asked her about it directly. She answered directly. Our social media team edited the clip to make it seem juicy, which is bullshit. I freaked out on Austin the second I saw it. We did her dirty. And Bobbi Altholf, she shared this DM between her and Dave saying she didn't want to do the podcast in the first place, and now so much negativity is coming from it. And Dave, who was sounding messy as hell, more messy than a woman, may I add, saying, my girlfriend says you hooked up with Drake and got divorced. I'm saying that is not true. I'm not commenting publicly, but off the record, you're right, that is not true. I knew I was right. Which all this led to the edited clip you're about to see and the unedited version.
Sylvana's like, I heard that Bobbi slept with Drake and is getting divorced. So I asked her. I DM'd Bobbi.
What? You asked her, did you sleep with Drake and are you getting a divorce?
Yeah. She's like, I'm not commenting on that publicly.
Wait, so you just outed her?
Oh.
You just outed her not public comment?
Sylvana's like, I heard that Bobbi slept with Drake and is getting divorced. So I asked her. I DM'd Bobbi.
What? You asked her, did you sleep with Drake and are you getting a divorce?
Yeah. She's like, I'm not commenting on that publicly, but that's not true.
Wait, so you just outed her?
Oh.
You just outed her not public comment?
Which this led to Dave getting upset at one of his editors on his team. But Dave, you got to be a complete buffoon if you didn't know that this was going to happen, considering that's literally what you said. You outed her on the podcast trying to make it seem like that, it was just an edited out of context clip. No, that's exactly what the heck you said. She said it off the record and you made it on the record. And here's the text conversation he had with Austin. Got it. Also, the Bobbi clips are also down. Obviously, way too little, too late, but I'm sorry for what is a massive fuck up on my part. And I recognize I made you look like an asshole and put you in an impossible spot. It is what it is. We'll move on. There's still morality in our world. Like, you can't just make people look like jackasses. Davey boy, you made yourself look like a jackass. And he shared another DM publicly between him and Bobbi Altholf, where he did issue an apology, and then she responded saying, then put that on your story because this is so unfair and so messed up. With David Portnoy saying, I may be an asshole, but I know when I fucked up. So wait, what in fact are you apologizing for if you got on your editor for taking you out of context and making it seem like you said something that you didn't say or do something you didn't do? Because if it was something you didn't do, then why are you even taking accountability? If you feel like you didn't do nothing, if you feel like that your editor took you out of context, you should have said, yo, it was an editorial mistake. It was our bad. We fixed the mistake. But it was something you literally aired out on social media, and you inadvertently made yourself look like a bigger ass because the edited version was bleeped out, and then you have the unedited version of you saying exactly what Bobbi told you off the record in the DM, public, on the show, on full display. And then you making it seem like it's an editorial mistake. Come on, Davey. But I think there is a bigger conversation to have about all this, considering that social media has been ablaze trying to say that or insinuate that Drake slept with Bobbi, even though Bobbi came out publicly afterwards saying, yo, we didn't do anything. We didn't sleep with each other. None of that happened. But I do find it all the more interesting when a woman comes out and says, no, that didn't happen. The internet's reaction is, yes, it did happen. But my problem with all this, we can't prove it, and neither can y'all. Y'all can't prove that Bobbi and Drake slept with each other. Just like y'all can't prove it that a lot of these women be sleeping around. Y'all cannot prove it. Y'all just be making up shit. And this is one of them things where I really do feel bad for the women out there that's in professional spaces where they will have people push out narratives. Oh, she slept around to get that interview, or she did that to get this interview. And it's not just Bobbi, it's a bunch of other women too. Like, people would accuse certain female artists of sleeping with somebody to join a record label, of sleeping with somebody for a chain, sleeping with somebody to get a beat on a record. But no one wants to talk about their favorite male podcaster who probably took a facial to the face and dick in the ass just to get a certain celebrity on their show. But y'all don't want to have that uncomfortable conversation. It's about time y'all start doing so. And look, I'm not going to try to put any names on any bullets, but best believe, if y'all can live in a world where you think that Bobbi slept with Drake, there's probably countless numbers of men that has slept around with men to get ahead in the industry. But them type of narratives get suppressed and replaced with, oh, women be out here fucking to get ahead. But the bigger conversation into that is coercion. Those women are victims of coercion, being brainwashed into thinking, oh, you sleep with me, you'll get ahead. And men are victims of that too. I'm not going to act like that women aren't only victims of coercion. Men can be victims of coercion as well, being told by other men, hey, you sleep with me, you rub my back a certain way, I'll make sure you get ahead. But then the problem always happens when, let's say, both parties have a bit of a falling out. You'll have the person who is the reason why that they end up sleeping together say, oh, this person's an industry 304 because she likes to open her legs like a 7-Eleven. You'll have them type of false narratives being spread around, but they're not going to talk about and come clean that they may have been the one to initiate the coercion in the first place. But I digress. That is a conversation for another day. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below. Till next time, it's been H-Dog here, and I'm out. Peace.